Hi, I'm Andrew, the young adult and media librarian at North Brunswick Public Library. Today I'm making this. It's April. April is considered National Poetry Month, and it's also a Youth Art Month. So it's a great time to create something. If that sounds something that's exciting, but a little too scary, then I have a book that might be of good use. Courageous Creativity: Advice and Encouragement for the Creative Life by Sara Zarr. Now, as she points out in this book, she is a professional author. That's how that's her full-time job. It's not something that she does on the side, right? You can take a look here and see what else, just to show you that yes, she has written books besides this one, right? There's Jem and Dixie. Right? Jem has never known what it is to have security. She's never known an adult she can truly rely on. But the one constant in her life has been Dixie. Jem grew up taking care of her sister when no one else could. Not their mother, whose issues made it hard for her to keep food on the table, and definitely not their father, whose intermittent presence is the only thing worse than his frequent absence. Even as Jem and Dixie have grown apart, they've always had each other. When their dad returns home for the first time in years and tries to insert himself back into their lives, Jem finds herself with an unexpected opportunity. 3 days with Dixie, on their own, in Seattle and beyond. But this short trip soon becomes something more, as Jem discovers that to save herself, she may have to sever the one bond she's tried so hard to keep. So that's just one of the YA books that we have by here. There's the one Roomies and Story of a Girl, right? So she's written a lot of young adult fiction, a lot of realistic fiction. So and right now this is just using her own expertise to help others who want to create. And create in this case doesn't necessarily just mean to write. It could also be to paint. It could be to sculpt. It could be to compose. It could be start your own band, right? Or it could be to write a new play, right? There's a lot of ways you can do that. But that's something that a lot of people, even people who have been really experienced in their fields, can find daunting. And she herself confesses that this is something that she's had to deal with on her own. Right. No matter how much I love writing, it is always extremely difficult to get myself to sit down and do it. I'm terrified of being criticized, but I always manage to live through it. I really enjoy being around other writers and artists and all types of creative people, and I love having them as friends. But I also experience a lot of envy of other writers and artists, even and maybe especially my friends. I still have a hard time taking creative risks, even though I know it's an important part of the process. I get into creative ruts and get burned out on writing. I never feel capable of writing the book I'm writing. For some reason, I do it anyway. Even after reaching some success, I still fear rejection. I often feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. I think more than I want to about other people's opinions of me. Despite all these things, I can overcome my fears, self doubt, envy, burnout, and procrastination to work on being the writer I want to be. Right. So those are all confessions. She shares them with us very early in the book. Is this something that you may be able to identify with at least some of these? Well, I think that this book is really very much both advice that can help you create things and be a creator and be in the habit of creating something. And it's also a good spiritual pick me up. It's also a little cheerleader for you. You know, it's a good reminder to ignore that self doubt that voice that basically be telling you, don't do this, this is bad, you're no good, right? It's telling you how to overcome that. It's a book you don't necessarily need to read from cover to cover, although I did. And I think it's more like you could just look at the chapters and see what would be helpful for you at this particular time, or whatever stumbling block you may be having. So anyways, I'd love to hear your opinions of this. I'd also love to hear your own creations. If you've created something that you're proud of, or maybe that you're stuck at. And this book can be a good way to sort of get over that hump. All right, I hope you, if you read this, I hope you enjoy it. You can always put a request for this and for other Sara Zarr books using our contactless pickup system. You can do that at our website, northbrunswicklibrary.org, or you can call us, and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot, and happy reading.